Hey guys and gals, this is Alex with Legendary Apartment Brokers here in Kansas City with the Kansas City Multifamily Minute. Broker here with looking at the Kansas City market. And for those of you listening, what we've got pulled up here, we've got the map that currently I'm using Zillow to power anything that MLS has on its website. This is all filtered down to the most recent, newest listings over the last 7 days. And that's currently what we're going to talk about. So we've got a couple of new ones. Matter of fact, I did some look here on this, just go over some stats real quick. We've got 7 new listings on the MLS that are multifamily. This is all $500,000 plus, okay, in the Kansas City metro. So that's 7 new ones. And on CoStar, very similar filters there for the last 7 days. We've got 2 new ones. And we'll go over those here in a second, but I just wanted to bring those stats up to you. Then another piece of another statistic here is we have 91 listings that are on market, so to speak, that are on Zillow that MLS is powering. And of those 91, 71 of those listings are still available, which means 20 of them are currently under contract. So you go out here, you can mess with the filters and see that there's 71 listings that are available that are $500,000 plus. Now there's all sorts of reasons why a lot of those are still available. Some of them are brand new, like these 7 we got shown here. Some of them have been out there for quite a while, and maybe people aren't quite sure what to do with them. But as I bring in the statistics to this KC Multifamily Minute podcast, I wanted to talk a little bit about what those really mean for the market. So let's get right into the 7 newest ones. And I've reviewed all of these briefly, and I think they're all fine. So first up is this one that's $1 million, just a little over $1 million, 42nd Harrison, which is in the heart of Midtown, several blocks east of Main, a block west of Troost. I believe this is a 7-unit building, so it's 7 units for 1.2. So you're looking at a pretty good chunk of change on a cost per unit type of basis here. Very classic colonnade style building. Rehabbed inside pretty nicely, it looks like, in terms of finishes. So that could be an interesting opportunity. So doing the quick math on some $1,020,000, let's see here, $1,020,000 divided by 7, $145,000 per unit. That's a pretty penny. Typically stuff like this is maybe in the 120, 130, 140 mark. However, rents could be amazing on these. So keep that in mind when you're looking at this particular property, all right? So now let's bounce over here we'll stay in Midtown. This is actually closer to the South Plaza, Brookside, at $639,000 for a duplex. I'm not going to talk too much about that. That's a heavy price tag for a duplex. I'm sure they're large and great. That's more for your owner occupied, or if you love the area type of building that you could look at. So that's another new opportunity for multifamily investors. And then pulling back out, we do have, I'm going to go back all the way, so excuse me here for a second. This is, again, filtered down to everything new that's on the market in the last 7 days. I'm not going to talk a whole lot about it. We've got a brand new 4-plex in Overland Park for $2 million. Again, that's $500,000 per unit. If I remember correctly, these are renting for $3,300 or so per unit. So they get great rents. It's a great location. Everybody knows Overland Park's a great sub-market. Don't do a ton of new construction, but I do love the concept of it if you can get the numbers to work, all right? All right, so I'm moving over here to a let's see here. This is a 6-plex in Blue Springs. Very familiar with this 6-plex. Helped the seller acquire it, actually helped the seller sell it. Buyers have acquired it and now are willing to sell it. $110,000 per unit, which is about what I thought this would trade for a bit ago. So I think there's some decent value there. I would definitely take a look at that if you're in the market to buy a 6-plex. That could be a good one for you, okay? Next up is this apartment complex for $3.3 million. So this is my listing. You can see right here, Legendary Apartment Brokers. This is my listing. We've got, let's see here. So there's 40 units, 38 of them are 1-bedroom, and there are 2 2-bedroom. It's got a pool that actually brings in a lot of renters because they see how clean and nice that is. University of St. Mary is to the west across the street. They're all, almost all 1-bedroom, so it's a very quiet neighborhood. I've got a 3D tour here for you. You can take a look at. Great in-place rents. It's about an as-is or better 7% cap rate. It's just a quality building built in the 1970s, 80s, and 2000s. The builder built it over time and then sold it to the current ownership group who've had it for 20 plus years. And they do a really good job of taking care of it. So this is a property, of course, I think you should take a look at. I'm not just tooting my own horn here on my listed properties. If I list a property, I believe in it pretty strongly. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but if you're interested in a 40-unit complex in Leavenworth, let's talk and look at the numbers together and make a deal there, okay? Now, if you're a broker watching this, we are co-brokering on that, split 100%, or splitting the commission 50-50 between myself and you. So let's bring a buyer and get this thing closed out. Really excited about that property. It's really nice, all right? Okay, so then another new complex that hit the market here is this property here on Holly, which is right next to the Plaza Westport area for $1.45 million. Again, basically it is brand new. Been on the market for a couple days, and interesting opportunity here for looking at how these would maybe shake out and fit into your into your buy box. It's a triplex for $1.15 million right off Holly. Again, something you could take a look at there if you're in the market for new construction and love the plaza. So that's something we could look at together, all right? All right, let's scroll back out. Remember, there were 7 new ones here that hit the MLS within the last 7 days. By the way, today is Monday, July 22nd, 2024, so keep that in mind next week when we talk. Last one is a duplex, brand new construction here off of Appleton Avenue, kind of in the Raytown area, $510,000, so $205,000 per unit. Not a bad price per unit if this all holds up. I know originally these were intended to be owner-occupied buildings, so take a look at it and see if you can make the numbers work here on rents versus versus the price. But that's another brand new complex, okay, hitting the market. So they're actually, comparatively speaking, if you follow my channel here, my podcast, that there's quite a few new opportunities here in the last couple days. We're getting towards August. Maybe people are starting to get back to looking at the market here. But take a look, see if there's anything you like or anything that's on the MLS, at least at this moment. Very high likelihood I can help you on it as your buyer's agent. There's a lot of NAR, National Association of Realtors changes, MLS changes coming, but at least as of right now, this moment, most likely I can help you and assist you on it and still get paid. So anyway, reach out on that, okay? Now let's go over to LoopNet. So LoopNet powers a lot of multifamily new listings that hit the market. We've got a couple new ones here. The same one we were talking about, all right? So $1 million for 6plex. And then we have Belton Crossing, which we're all familiar with. I say all because we've seen this thing trade, or at least attempt to be traded, over the last couple of years several different times. This one's currently 80 units down here in Belton. If you want to know more about that property, please reach out. I've got some good information on it. I like the submarket of Belton Raymore quite a bit. It's a good suburb. Takes a good operation down there. I think we can make some money down there with the right business plan. So if you want to know more about that 80 unit, they have it as unpriced, the brokers do. So we got to talk about that offline here, but that could be an interesting opportunity for those looking for an affordable suburb. All right. So that's everything. That's everything that's hit the market here in the last several days, in the last week actually. And I look forward to hearing from you next week and this week. And this is Alex Olson with Legendary Apartment Brokers here in Kansas City, and we'll talk soon.